Moving on, one of the last manual processes in manufacturing is quality inspection, and it is now being automated with computer vision and edge AI. Betting on that opportunity is SwitchOn, a Bengaluru-based physical AI startup that has just raised $8 million to take its manufacturing intelligence platform global. Joining me now is Aniruddha Banerjee, the co-founder and CEO of SwitchOn. Aniruddha, welcome to Startup Street. Now, quality inspection has remained a largely manual process for decades. Your platform claims to detect defects with over 99% accuracy, Aniruddha, at speeds of more than 1,200 products per minute. Tell us, how does the technology work and how difficult is it to convince manufacturers to replace human inspection with AI?
Firstly, thank you for having me here. I think, as you rightly said, quality inspection is one of the last manual things that are done in the manufacturing plant. A lot of these large enterprises spend almost 25% of their workforce in only doing the manual work of picking up a product, figuring out a defect, and a bunch of quality processes around there. And still they spend about $500 million plus in cost of quality and cost of poor quality. What we are doing is we are deploying cameras, lights, and unique physical AI hardware inside of the manufacturing plants to ensure that the manufacturing can happen at zero defect. And this is very critical for India to become the manufacturing nation that it wants to become.
Sure, absolutely. And you also claim, Aniruddha, that manufacturers can reduce quality costs by up to 50% using your platform. Can you help us understand the business case? What's the typical return on investment and how quickly do customers recover their investment?
Yeah, absolutely. I think generally speaking, the cost of quality has really two aspects to this. I think one aspect is a real bottom line impact where, for example, there is all of this wastage that gets generated by defects that get manufactured. Almost 25% of the workforce doing this kind of a repetitive work. And then also there is a huge top-line impact, as you know, that India is now doing a lot of very critical manufacturing around electronics, cell phone, and in a lot of these cases, 100% visual inspection is mandatory, which just means that to drive up productivity, to be able to really manufacture the high-quality products we want to manufacture, this product becomes the need of the hour. So talking about ROIs, I think manufacturers for us easily see an ROI of about 12 months. This is in addition to the top line impact they see by being able to service other international and critical products once they install our systems.
All right. Aniruddha, you've just raised $8 million in a pre-Series B round led by Ivy Cap Ventures. Tell us where the money will be deployed over the next couple of years. Also, take us through your current business growth numbers.
Absolutely. So I think we've been very lucky to be able to raise from funds like Ivy Cap, SIG, as well as Trifecta. What we have seen is the VC space warming up to physical AI startups, combination of hardware and software. And I do think that is one of the key differentiators in this age of AI for us. A key deployment of capital for us is in two aspects. One is we are looking to develop a lot of technology around 3D inspection, around root causing, and things that essentially make this product relevant for the critical manufacturing in India. We are also looking to expand globally. We are looking to expand in Europe, open up an office in Germany, and serve our European customers from that geography. And we are looking to invest in go-to-market in India as well, where we are already present in a lot of the manufacturing geographies like Pune and Delhi, and looking to open up more presence in Chennai and other places. In terms of growth, we have grown about 2.5x last year, and we are looking to grow about 3x this year.
All right. You touched upon global expansion and you're already present across 4 continents. Tell us which markets are driving demand today. And as you scale, Aniruddha, internationally, how do you compete against much larger industrial automation and AI companies?
Yeah, absolutely. I think talking a little bit about our presence. So we are present in Europe, in the Americas, and in South and Southeast Asia, in addition to obviously India. I think we have the way in which we have competed is that we have built our own vision AI models, and we have deployed this on very critical use cases, and we have really important process data and information that we use to then identify defects that can be as small as about 20 micron in lines that can be about 1200 parts per minute, right? So very, very high speed. And this Vision AI platform works completely on the edge with a completely air gapped, right? And so can be deployed in extremely strategically important manufacturing places. And that's one of the key reasons why DeepInspect is getting adopted across the globe.
All right. And you're already working with global manufacturers like Unilever, Bosch, and Maruti Suzuki with deployments across 170 plus production lines in over 60 factories. So what are these customers looking for today, Aniruddha? Is the biggest driver cost savings, high quality, or labor shortages?
I think the major driver actually is product superiority. In this age of differentiation of product driving a maximum of the value, it is very important and critical for manufacturers to be able to guarantee the quality of the manufacturing that they're doing. Really, even a 100 part per million kind of defect rate is too high at the moment.
Okay.
What most of the manufacturers are looking to do is they're looking to drive product superiority with a Vision AI product such as DeepInspect.
All right. Manufacturing AI, Aniruddha, is attracting increasing global investment with companies building everything from robotics to autonomous factories. Do you see physical AI becoming the next major category after generative AI? And how do you ensure Indian deep tech startups remain globally competitive in this race?
So I think the first, with regards to physical AI being the next frontier, I absolutely agree to that. I think, the way the AI models are evolving around use cases like coding, which is, nearly solved. I'd say that, being able to put that intelligence into a physical environment is something that would essentially be critical to driving the next level of value, for the next hundreds of millions of customers across the globe. I think how Indian companies can become globally relevant here is a lot of India is looking to become a manufacturing nation. So a lot of the value of the Indian startups can actually get into improving the manufacturing in India as well as globally. So the abundant manufacturing setups makes this very relevant.
Yes. One final question before I let you go, Aniruddha. Your long-term mission is to make zero defect manufacturing a reality for every factory floor, everywhere. And do you believe AI-powered quality inspection will become a competitive necessity rather than a nice-to-have? And how large is the opportunity for companies like SwitchOn in India?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, when we were deploying this product about 7 years back, this was like a nice to have because, AI was relatively nascent. The involvement of technology and startups in manufacturing was nascent. But right now, with the tailwinds around AI and with B, the aspirations of India to become, a global manufacturing nation and the aspirations globally to, to be able to insource a lot of the manufacturing makes these kinds of products a necessity. And I think purely from a market sizing point of view, I think India and globally around the Vision AI market is around $12 billion, growing at a CAGR of about 30%. So there is like a huge potential for startups and particularly Indian startups to make a dent here.
All right. On that positive note, it's time for me to wrap up our conversation. Many thanks, Aniruddha, for joining us once again on Startup Suite, and wish you the very best with all your growth plans.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.